Hello friends, so today we will start the supervised learning because last video we have gone through the types of machine learning. So in the type of machine learning we already studied in the depth. So we are just taking currently in this video supervised learning. So in supervised learning, if you can see here, we have divided into two category. One is classification and other one is regression. So in this video I will cover the complete detail as a theoretical about the classification, and then in the next video we will cover in the regression and other algorithm. Okay, so in this classification, that is a machine learning uh, techniques, what happens in the classification. So I just mentioned this point, what happens in the classification. So I'm just talking about with the help of model. So what model is, if you don't know about the models, so model is nothing but you can consider as a black box where we are giving some inputs and so doing some processing and giving some output. So in our current scenario, what we do in general, so we have some data. In general, we have some data. On the basis of data, we divide into two parts. 80% we're considering the same data set as a training data by which we train the model, and how the model is trained, we have to check the same data set. So 20% of the data we put as a testing data set. So while the model is trained with the help of 80% data, same data we already put for testing purpose. So that the testing purpose 20% data we will feed as an input, and we will check what is the accuracy of our model. So that is the model. Means we just training. We are just training with the help of some data set. From where we will get the data set, I will explain later. So learn from the labeled data. Labeled data we already gone through the previous one. Labeled data means some labels are there in the data. Just like suppose we have a data set for classification of the males. So we should have data label as spam or not spam. There is a huge data set, it will be there. So according to the label data, we have to classify how many mails are in the not spam or how many mails are the spam. So we will see there. So we will what it will do in the classification pattern or rules that map into feature or the class labels. According to the label, it will just train the model. And what after training, what we will do, so we will predict. How we will predict? So we will take a fresh data of type training data on the how our model is trained. So we have some data on which we have trained or we have tested in the same category, but the new data that is not a part of the training. So we will feed that model because model already trained. We will feed that data as an input. It will do the processing and it will predict at some percent as per the accuracy of the model what is the output. Suppose we are modeled that model as an input for uh, the as a specifier like a mail specifier, whether it is a spam or not. So we will feed and mail to any model, the trained model. It will give 0 or 1 according to if the input mail as an spam, it will give 0, or otherwise it will give 1. So according to that it will show. So this is the prediction by which we can predict n number of mails programmatically. So there is no requirement for manual things. Only one time we have to model, and then we can use throughout the programming. So we are just talking about the classification. So mainly, what is the types of classification? So there are four classification generally we used. First one is the binary classification. Second is multi-class, other one is multi-level, and four is imbalanced data. So what is the binary classification? We are classified the things on the basis of either or means there is only two classes. One is zero. We will give um, 0 as an output or 1 as an output. So this is the binary classification. So there will be only two classes. Multi-class classification means there will be multiple classes. Instead of not spam or spam, there will be multiple classes. It might be primary mail, it might be mail for the marketing and for the advertisement and for the spam, and lots of classes will be there. And in the multi-level classification, you can consider we are giving multiple labels. Suppose uh, we are giving the same digit classification, and in the digit there is huge data, huge columns in the data, by which we are taking as a label, and according to that we are training our models, and according to that we are just taking the output of the model. So that is multi-level, means level will be multiples. On that multiples labels, we will take a decision what is our current input. As per our model, it should be the output. And imbalanced data means in the data set, suppose multiple classes are there. So some classes of particular line or row will be miss. So data will be imbalanced. In some classes, it might be four columns. In some row, it will be like three data, one or two data will be not available there. So this is the imbalanced data set, and for that we will use the imbalanced classification. Once we will read and see one by one, we will see how it will be there in the programming environment. So we will use the Python programming environment. We will use the machine learning library, that is scikit-learn from sklearn library. We will use for the plotting plotty, or we will use matplotlib. And for the numerical computation, we will use NumPy and Pandas data frame. And this much of tools we will use, and according to that we will do our programming, and we'll see how the data set will be and how we will filter it out, and we will train our model, and we'll get an output. So how it will be? So there are multiple algorithms, commonly available algorithms for the classification. So, what is algorithm? So, algorithm is nothing but already people are working, people are using, so that we can also use to predict or for train our model, and we will use this. So, first one is logistic regression. What this logistic regression does? So, this is nothing but a classify. It's a classification algorithm. We will see how it will do. So, there is multiple logistic regression, decision tree or random forest, SVM, that is support vector mechanism, neighbor-wise k nearest neighbor. Then neural network. Neural network is dedicatedly, we can say it's for the deep learning related stuff. Once we start with the deep learning, then we will see the neural network, and it's a network and everything, because it's separate things. But it is a also the classification mechanism. So I just put it here as an algorithm. So this much things we already did currently. And for the data set, there is one website from where we download the data set according to, because they are doing the research daily, and according to that they prepare the data, and they just given us in some format. So suppose comma separated value dot csv format they are giving. So in the Python library, that is pandas, we can directly import that pandas data set, and according to that data set we can do our programming on the basis of data once we load it from the .csv file. So what is the website? Actually, if you can see here, this is the kaggle.com dataset, and you can search anything. So suppose this email phishing dataset. So in email phishing dataset, if you can see, lots of things are there. You can search any datasets. Okay. So here, once I download here, it will download just like a CSV file, and this complete CSV file is a 11.81. It's a huge file, and huge data will be there. So according to that, the steps we will filter it out. We will remove the outlier and everything. We will see how it will do. But I just want to show you, this is the website where we can download the data set as per our requirement, as per our model training. And huge data set is there, so they also given the number of Columns, number of columns is nothing but a features. Number of words, number of unique word, number of stop word, number of links in your mail. According to that, we are just predicting the email is phishing or not, or spam or not. Okay, so this will discuss in the future. Let's close it here, and please subscribe this so that once I put a new video, you will get a notification. Thank you. This is done for this video. Thank you.